Hello? Hello?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the RSN Wrestling Podcast. This is the RSN Wrestling Podcast. This is our preview to WrestleMania. On the line, we got the big guy, Rich. We got also Nick from PWO.
Shady.
Yep. We got Nick Lopez from PWO also.
Howdy, howdy.
We're live, guys. We're live. And WrestleMania is around the corner, right?
Wow, I feel left out. He's the one who got an intro.
I did. I said, big guy, Rich, but you didn't respond.
I didn't hear nothing. I heard we got Nick Lopez from PWO.
No,
You know what it is?
he definitely said Big Guy Rich.
Yeah, see, that's my proof right there. See, because Apple sucks, right?
But maybe you were, basking in your own glory, or however that works.
Yep.
Or
See, Rich?
his shitty Android.
Nah, I think Android, and see, that's the thing. If he got it, that means Android is faster than Apple. You see? But
I'm still
yeah.
Team Apple, even though my phone is hanging by a thread.
Ooh, see? So now you're about to make the switch, right?
No, that's
We'll have to see.
from apples to oatmeal. Who does that?
It works,
Yeah.
though. Apples and oranges. It'll work.
Fuck the Android, make you humble, bitch.
Androids are lemons. That's how I see it. Apples are like lemons. So still, that's how it works.
Androids are lemons. See,
Not Androids. Not
people
Androids. No. I'm team Android. You guys are team Apple. So forget that, But nonetheless, the big headliner. We're talking about.
We have a little comedy for you guys, just so you know, a little comedy sketch here.
Of course. This is like an inside kind of thing. We got Apple and Android right here. Of course, that's like a big debate all over. So definitely. So we still got that here too. But nonetheless, I mean, there's also teams going on for WrestleMania. Of course, Team Rousey versus Team McMahon, right? But that's like the big headliner. But we got other matches too and all that stuff, right?
I actually consider that Team Olympics.
The team was a Miss Team.
Because they were
just
both
call
in
them
the
Team
Olympics.
America.
Yeah, Team America. I like that.
Team America versus Team McMahon.
Yeah.
That works too.
Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
authority.
Right. It does. It does. It kind of rolls off.
But the authority, two people.
Hmm.
I mean, minus J and J.
Right.
If they make a cameo appearance, I will mark out.
That's right. It can happen. You never know. Now, like I said, this is WrestleMania. Anything can happen.
It's WrestleMania. Exactly.
Anything can happen. Exactly. And I mean, speaking of that, we also got other things that are teases. So of course, Taker and Cena, which is still up in the air as of now. Nothing has been announced, but we'll have to see how that is. We'll be talking about that later too today. But I mean, basically today, the
And we
purpose of today. Yeah, I mean, basically the purpose of today is just to kind of break down WrestleMania, preview it, and of course, like we usually do, also do a whole coverage, basically preview it and also do the results, the reaction, kind of
predictions,
thing.
all that shit.
Yep, all that.
Well, we can't do the reaction of something we haven't seen yet.
Yep.
So,
Well, I have a
but we
question
will
before we
knock.
start, though, Sal.
Yep.
We will knock out the
Being the
previews.
fact we have PWO on the
Yes.
show, are
Yes.
there any other locations that people could check us out?
Definitely, of course. Well, if you're the first time watching this podcast, this is basically
2 years late.
2 years late if you are. But this is a 3-man podcast basically we got over here. We just basically talk about different kind of topics, themes, all that other stuff, all that good stuff. We have different kind of podcasts on our YouTube page. You can search it up on RSM Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. And basically you could see a whole list of different podcasts we do. And actually I checked the videos. I think we're up to almost about 50 videos. So it's pretty crazy.
Holy shit.
Including all our shoots, including all the other stuff. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of content there, so you can check us out on there.
That's
We've
a
been
lot of fucking content.
Yeah, yeah. And this is 2 years strong since WrestleMania 31 to now. So that's the thing. We've been still going for the past 2 years. We've been on a roll, but we've been there since 2015, I believe, or 2014. Yeah, 15. Yeah. So yeah, time flies. Yeah, time flies when we're having fun. But also in addition. Yeah, I mean, the biggest part about this, of course, we got a Facebook page, we got an Instagram page, we also got a Twitter page run by the big guy, Rich. But in addition to that, like I said, usually I'm running no Snapchat, not as of yet. But we also have, of course, one of the big things, PWO, Pro Wrestling Opinion. But I think the best person to kind of explain that would be none other than Nick, the guy who runs PWO, Pro Wrestling Opinion. So give us let us know what that's about. Nick, let us know what that's about, Nick.
Yeah, PWO also started in 2015. I had the idea to, I don't know. Well, now looking back at it, it's kind of a little bit insane to watch every single show on the national circuit. WWE, TNA, ROH.
Fuck that owl. Sorry, I have allergies.
That sounds like a pretty serious case you got there.
Yeah.
It's only when those 3 letters show up, though. I don't know why.
I have worse.
Which was good in 2015, but then in 2016 they doubled it almost. There were like 29 WWE pay-per-views, and then ROH has 7 or 8. So 2016 was a very long year. I'm still battling through 2017, believe it or not.
Sorry to interrupt, Nick, but is that when they had like 2 pay-per-views per month or something?
Yeah, I'm still in that rough stretch.
Yep.
Holy shit! I don't know how you're doing.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm actually up to what is my latest show coverage? Oh yeah, the March 13th, 2017 episode of Raw. So, I appreciate you folks checking out the site. Obviously, if you're there for live modern coverage, you're not gonna get it in writing for some time now.
For a year and a half.
But do keep in mind, I am watching the airwaves. I do keep tabs on current storylines, behind the scenes stuff. So I am very much up to date on the happenings, and I will be more than happy to share my thoughts on what is looking to be actually a really, really tight WrestleMania card. Think of all the people you got on that card. You got AJ Styles, you got Nakamura, Sammy, KO, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Lesnar. The list goes on. This is actually a really tight card, and it couldn't happen at a better time for some of the wrestlers on there.
That's right. I mean, it's a pretty stacked card. I mean, You see all these names, basically this whole build for the past 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. We've seen stars that have recently come up. So definitely, there's all this kind of there's a big, humongous build going on. So definitely, But yeah, I mean it's a stacked card nonetheless. A lot of stuff's going on, So
Oh
definitely,
yeah, there's a lot of it.
yeah. I mean, let's kind of start off with, of course, the weekend. So of course, a lot of different events are going on. Rich, I know you're usually on top of all this, stuff with what's going on in the Indies, but also what's going on in the rumor mill. Of course, with your Twitter account that we usually have, where you kind of post up all these kind of spoilers or
Twitter
different kinds of little kind of things.
What
But
do you
what do
mean
you?
with my train?
Yes, yeah, with the train straight from Brooklyn all the way to Connecticut and probably around the whole East Coast, just checking out all this kind of indie stuff, right? So I mean, I think you'll be able to let us know, like, that whole weekend we got a lot of stuff going on, right?
Oh yeah, we got tonight the Hall of Fame, but we also have the first night of Supercard of Honor. Tomorrow we got Takeover with the second night of Supercard of Honor, and that fucking Owl Company is doing a co-show with Lucha Underground tomorrow night, and then
Right.
we got the show on Sunday.
Right.
We got Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday, NXT Wednesday. It's basically like a good week and a half for the wrestling fans.
Yeah, and like they say that right after in wrestling, right after the Super Bowl, they go straight to play again. It's basically the night after they have Raw, they have TV, so it's a nonstop show. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff. It's not just for WWE, but also for the independents.
It's like what all the wrestlers. It's like what all the professional wrestlers say.
Mm-hmm.
365 days in a year, they're on the road 325 to 330 days out of the year.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's just, and like I said, as a wrestling fan, you kind of look at that and go, damn, if you were to count up, I think a couple of years we talked about this, if you were to add up all the hours that were pretty much going into all this, counting all the pre-shows, counting all that stuff, you're pretty much stuck and strapped to, like, your seat watching for like probably 3 or 4 or 5 days straight of
Well, if
wrestling,
you think about
wrestling.
If you include tonight, the Hall of Fame is what, 3 hours, give or take.
Right.
2.5 hours tomorrow night for Takeover. 7 hours on Sunday. 3 hours Monday. 2 hours Tuesday. 1 hour on Wednesday. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours of TV. But I mean, on top of the fact, WrestleMania this card is what, a 5 to 7 hour show, counting the pre-show.
5 hours, 2 hour pre-show. But it's WrestleMania, so it's probably gonna go over 5 hours.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for the day when WrestleMania is just gonna start at 11 in the morning and it's be like an all day festival.
No, it's gonna start at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday for a 2 hour pre-show, and then from 9 o'clock on, it's gonna be WrestleMania.
Wow. Well, I don't know if you heard about this. They're doing this kind of augmented reality thing. They teamed up with this augmented reality company, and what they're doing is they're doing it's like a VR experience. So literally, what you can do, they have like a 360 cam set up with somebody, and then basically they're going through it, and literally you could experience everything as it's going on. So
wow,
yeah. So that's really, really like extra. That's like some extra type shit. It's like damn.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, that's kind of out there.
I'm ready for that either.
Yeah, I don't think it's just like, all right, it's a cool idea, whatever. But again, they're trying to be modern.
So that means you could be taking a suplex shitty and be watching this on your VR shit.
Definitely. You be on your VR
taking a shit and watching Brock suplex.
Exactly.
I would not want to feel like I'm that close to Roman Reigns. His hair, probably the water from his hair.
So suplex city while taking a suplex shitty.
Right.
I like it.
Well, the moment that he does a suplex, you're already gonna know that water's gonna be flying everywhere, and then you'll be like, "Oh shit!" That's it, So definitely, but I mean, they're talking about all this kind of backstage stuff. So they got the WrestleMania Diaries. I don't know if you know about that, where they're following basically like Asuka, Jeff Jarrett, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ. Yeah, and I bet you they're probably shooting like a 24 documentary, probably backstage. So definitely, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff that's being taped now. But for later.
They definitely are doing 24.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. So a lot of things are taping, a lot of this, stuff. Also, they got Radio Row, which is a pretty big deal. I mean, basically, Paul Heyman, if you go on Heyman Hustle, he basically talks about that stuff. Basically, you're sitting over there, you're getting interviewed by these different people, telling you the same ass questions over and over and over again. So imagine how fun it is for all those wrestling personalities just hearing all these people's questions and doing all this stuff. So it's crazy. So but definitely it's a stacked weekend. So these guys are pretty busy. They got a lot of stuff going on, but definitely but nonetheless, I mean, let's move on to WrestleMania. What are you guys' thoughts on this whole WrestleMania build? I mean, we've covered WrestleMania 32, I guess, WrestleMania 33. Now WrestleMania 34.
It's a decent build up so far.
Right. In regards to the whole show, or meaning like match to match, like how would you guys feel about that?
Matches like match to match. I think it's a decent build up so far.
Yeah. Nick, what about you?
Like
I feel like
the Nia Jackson. Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I feel like they set up the pieces for it to succeed. Like all you have to do is just put Styles and Nakamura in the same ring, and I'm pretty sure the match will write itself out.
Right.
Then you have the emotional, I want to say Jackson Bliss, just for the whole, I guess, bullying storyline kind of thing. And then you got the marquee tag matches, the mixed tag, and obviously then you have whatever they're planning to do with Cena and Taker. I think it might be more of an angle than an actual match, just so that they could get around the loophole that, hey, Taker is technically retired and it's not a match, so he's at WrestleMania, but he's not wrestling, and there's no pinfalls, no submissions. But I personally kind of want to see the American Badass just come back for one night.
I think everyone wants to see that.
He's so far gone in his career. Can he come off like he did back in like 2000 and 2001, or is he just gonna be like a old man on a motorcycle? There's a difference. So hopefully it's. They got it carefully planned. Vince always got things carefully planned. He's got WrestleMania in his head. He works backwards, so the rest is up to fate.
He's probably already playing WrestleMania 35 right now.
What happened?
Nick?
Yeah. I guess all this talk of Vince McMahon, maybe he didn't like that. I think he terminated Sal or something. I don't quite know.
I don't know.
I'm still here.
No.
Yeah, we were
Sal
talking
to
about
suplex
Vince
Shitty
McMahon,
again.
and I guess he didn't like the idea. So I guess he's got some kind of podcast scanner. So
Yeah.
I think
No.
all that talk about Vince made Sal go to suplex Shitty.
No. I was just going suplex Shitty on our Facebook page, trying to keep the public posted that we got our podcast going on right now. So yeah, but I was doing that too. I was hearing.
All the shows going on.
Yeah. But I was also hearing. So definitely, I was seeing that. I mean, it's again, this whole thing. Well, let's talk about Taker and Cena. Every single WrestleMania up to this point, they've been building this up time by time. Every single match was built up. If you think about Taker and Shawn, you think about Triple H and Taker. Taker and Triple H. You look at even like way back, Mark Henry versus the Undertaker. Randy Orton versus the Undertaker. All these guys. They always had a build. Something was there, but now it's like I don't think there really needs to be a build for this match anymore. It's just like okay, the Undertaker's gonna be there every single year at some capacity. Whether he's gonna wrestle, whether he's not gonna wrestle, that's there. I was talking to my boss. I think we were talking about this. He's a big wrestling fan. Right? Matter of fact, he's in there right now. So shout out to you, Milton. But it's it's just he was telling me he was like okay, we're sitting there and we're thinking, Taker's gonna come out on Raw. Taker's gonna come out. He didn't come out. And then next thing you know, I was like, and then other people were saying, it's bullshit. Taker's a pussy. He can't do nothing. He just he's backing out and everything like that. But then he responds. He's like, would you want your grandfather to wrestle? It's like, and it's a valid point. This guy's getting old. He's losing his stuff. But then what point does this guy have doing, freaking 500-pound squats and stuff on Instagram? That has to do something. There has to be reasoning for that, right? Wouldn't you guys think?
Yeah, he's basically training.
Yeah, so basically he's definitely training. He's definitely
I think what's going to happen is Cena's going to come out talk shit again.
Yeah.
Light's going to go out,
Mm-hmm.
and American Badass is going to come out.
Definitely. It's kind of like, or maybe what I'm thinking is, I was thinking along the same lines. Maybe what they'll do is they'll kind of have him just do a segment, and then Taker says, "I didn't show up because he's like you talk too much shit and you're not worth it this
I
year."
show up
So
on
he's
my
like,
time.
"Yeah, show up on my time, so we'll do it next year." And then at least it's something maybe like a promotion for next year. And imagine, I mean, next year of course they're in New York, right? So
I can't see them pissing off a whole entire stadium.
yeah, it definitely. Oh my god, imagine the rioting if that happened.
Yeah, so they're gonna.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, not this year, next year. Okay, bye. I don't think that.
I mean,
that's gonna fly.
yeah. I mean, well, they said Vince's psychology behind this build is just that if they announced it beforehand that the it's gonna be Undertaker and Cena gonna appear, then it's not gonna change the subscriber count. It's just gonna say, oh, everybody knows, regardless, they're gonna watch WrestleMania. It doesn't matter. Whereas, if this is suspense, thinking, oh, will he? Will he not come? Are we sure? Etc. This that. So now it's like, okay, it'll get the people wondering. So then what happens? They'll end up just saying, hey, let me just buy the network or sign up for the network. Get that free month, and let's just see if this guy shows up. So
I like the approach, and I hate the approach because I think I like the idea that there's intrigue and mystery, and the idea whether it could or could happen or most likely going to happen, just we don't know in what capacity.
I have a feeling it's going to happen on
I
Sunday.
think it's kind of dumb on their part not to advertise, a Cena Taker match, when it's been rumored for. Well, it was really strong last year too. Before things kind of settled into what ended up happening. Blech.
yeah.
But
Oh my god,
that match never happened.
Oh man, yeah.
What
about 32 and 32? That was a pretty bullshit call too. We were expecting.
Yeah, that was Vince just pretty much being like, all right, you had 31. Yeah, you had your chance to have somebody else escape, but now you're gonna get your Roman Reigns championship match, and that was in front of 101,000 people too. So I mean, that's
supposedly 101,000.
I think it was more like was it 83?
I think the actual count was like 83 and change.
That's right.
Well, only McMahon could create 25,000 fake people.
That's right. I mean, what I think, yeah.
I think it was including superstars and personnel and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just comes down to Vince. He just wants to add this kind of extra element of surprise. I mean, think about it too. Bray Wyatt, he's not advertised on the card. Braun Strowman's opponent, they don't know.
I feel like he's gonna be Strowman's partner.
Who you said? Well, who you said?
I feel like he's gonna be Strowman's partner.
Who? Taker or Bray? Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
I'm hearing Bray. I'm hearing Big Cass. I'm hearing Elias.
I heard Braun. No, what was it? Bobby Lashley. Supposedly.
I heard Lashley also.
Yeah, which is weird. It's a weird combo, but
that would actually be
I'm also hearing his twin brother.
Brain Strowman.
Well, actually, I don't know if Lashley and Strowman could coexist on a team.
Yeah, I mean,
I just hope they resort to the Lashley that we saw in TNA, which was frankly the best use of him ever.
Definitely.
So,
I love that Lashley.
I was closer to what Lesnar is right now, but just he actually puts on really good matches and is actually there most of the time. So
That's right. I mean, it just comes down to, I guess, who they're trying to have, because you gotta look at the history. Cesaro and Sheamus, they're a good tag team. Look at it a year ago. They weren't coexisting, and then over time they were able to coexist, and now they become probably the best.
Doing the best out of 7.
The best out of 7. This I think I forgot what it's called, the Super Series or something like that. Basically, it was match to match and these kind of things and all that stuff.
Horrible.
Yeah, which was, I mean, it was just shitty build, and they just have them just tag up, which is weird. It's like, okay, and then of course, now you look at them, they're probably the hottest thing. Yeah, I mean, look at them, they're probably the hottest thing right now in the tag team division on Raw. Raw alone, you talk about the Usos, they're not probably equal to that in regards to standard. Of course, SmackDown having the better star power in the tag division, it just adds to the fact that Raw needs something more, you know. So I guess this is probably the way of saying, okay, let's just try to change it up for the Raw division. Because you look at SmackDown, what does SmackDown really have? They have a Fatal 4 for the tag titles, which is interesting. Everyone wants to see that. But you know, you look at Raw, they have a tag match, but they're trying to have this thing with cause speculation. Oh, is Braun going to face these two by himself? Is he going to get a partner? Instead, now they announce, oh, he's going to get a partner. You know.
In Vince and Kevin Dunn's mind,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is going to be his partner. Roman Reigns is going to do duty.
Double duty, yeah. And he's going to win the Universal title and the tag titles. I don't know.
He'll be the Universal Tag Team Champions.
Universal Tag Team. Yep.
And then he's going to make a cameo appearance in the Women's Battle Royal and win that too.
And he's going to win that too. Probably the
the Giant, and he's going to win the IC title.
He's going to take Carmella's what you call briefcase and cash it in on the AJ Styles Nakamura match just to fuck them over. So, yeah, definitely that's going to happen.
He's going to hold every title in WWE.
Basically, he's going to cash in on Alexa Bliss because, you know.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Roman Reigns, you know, that's how it is, you know. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns is gonna hold up the title high, and he's gonna, you know, that's it. He's gonna have his moment, and then everybody's gonna boo him.
To a tournament too.
Yep. So obviously, you know, definitely that's one thing. But let me ask you guys, what's the last match you think? What do you think that AJ Styles and Nakamura has a shot at main eventing the show?
I think they're gonna go with. Probably maybe the definitive main event, but probably maybe be the Angle, Rousey, Triple H, Stephanie, or they could go with the the Daniel Bryan one, which would be a nice throwback.
Yeah. What I think is going to be Roman Brock closing the show, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax before that, and AJ Nakamura before Alexa Bliss.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, they probably are going to go with Reigns and Lesnar since they technically closed out 31 with that.
Yeah, it seems that way because, again, Vince has this lust for Roman to be a top guy, and it's, you know, I mean...
Lust isn't the word.
Yeah.
I'm fucking boner for him.
Exactly. I mean, it's just more of, you know, he just wants to see him as a top guy. Which is just, you know, it's okay because at the end of the day, after this Mania, what's he going to do? He's going to work on the XFL and pretty much that's it, you know? Okay, sayonara, Vince, you know, you're pretty much taking all your control and giving it to, you know, hopefully it just would give it to Triple H to
give it to Triple H and take fucking Roman Reigns off the main event picture, please.
Oh, man, that would be hilarious. But, I mean, it's good, though, so, you know, you never know. So it can happen. But, I mean, now it kind of...
I actually kind of wish they would put Reigns on the SmackDown. Just for the sake of change.
They send Roman Reigns to Impact.
I was saying Roman,
But they wanted to be great again.
Yeah. Make Impact great again, yeah. So, I think it might as well bring Trump in to their promotion. Fuck it, you know. It's like, whatever.
Hall of Fame.
He could be, yeah. He's in the Hall of Fame, but still, he's still, you know, or, you know, he's done better than being on The Apprentice or, you know, some other shit. So, you know, he can make his own spotlight. So that's what it is. Basically, you know, again, Roman, it's just, you know, again, I think everybody at the end of the day,
go to Impact Wrestling. We don't like you.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's talk about Brock. I know Brock. I don't know if you guys heard about this. A special guest is going to be in attendance on that night. Of course, in the past few days, you probably heard about it. UFC 223 was on, and basically this whole controversy going on. This guy is dealing with a lot right now. But WWE supposedly invited him to come to WrestleMania the day of to be in the audience to see Brock and to see Ronda Rousey. I'm talking about, of course, Dana White.
I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest.
Really? What, Dana coming in?
I don't think Dana's going to go, to be honest.
No, they actually announced it. They actually announced it. The speculation is that he's gonna be there that night.
So he's leaving Brooklyn after tomorrow night.
Yeah, he's leaving Brooklyn tomorrow night. Yeah, like I guess I think what happened was Ronda. I think the rumor was Ronda invited him to go see her for her debut. That's the main point of this. But it's just, I guess, you know, that's also another reason also for Brock. But then, I mean, there's also speculation saying that, I mean, Paul Heyman cut this, I think, this past week, saying that Brock's going to go to UFC. And I think when he was on TV, Dana was talking about it. He's like, most likely Brock will go to the UFC. He's not re-signing with WWE, and it seemed that
Oh,
way.
no,
'Cause,
Dana said it's not a matter of if he's leaving; it's a matter of when he's signing with me in the UFC.
That's right, and I think it's already written in the stars. I think Brock isn't going ahead. He's not re-signing with WWE. And I mean, well, what do you guys feel about that? Would Brock leaving WWE be a bad thing, or would it be a good thing in your mind?
I'm like 50-50 because I personally like him.
Yeah,
I just don't like the fact that he
City
shows up when he. I just don't like the fact he shows up whenever he wants to.
Yeah,
If you're a champion,
mm-hmm.
Nick, you probably remember this. Back in the day, wasn't it the rule if you don't defend the title within 30 days, you get stripped?
Yeah, that's usually that. I'm pretty sure that's how it still goes.
Yeah,
and obviously they lifted that for certain people.
Before Brock defends it on Sunday, when was the last time
ironically
he defended
enough,
it?
because if they used this in other storylines too, they stripped the title from Naomi last year because of the same reason. That she wouldn't be able to defend the title within the 30 days, so they stripped her of that. And yeah, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot every now and then.
That's right. I mean, I think if you look at this, me and Rich, we talk about this. The first time we did a podcast, any podcast, we did it right after Brock Lesnar, fresh off when he came up with that phrase, "Suplex City, bitch," in the middle of a match. This was at WrestleMania 31, and right after that, that's when we thought about creating this podcast and everything. We called it the Suplex City Bitch podcast, which is, I still remember that. I know Rich, you remember that too. But
Suplex City podcast.
Suplex City podcast. Yes, I remember that. Good days. But I mean,
and then we got kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, then we got kicked off YouTube. Yeah, but I mean, it's
Guess what? We're back, motherfuckers.
We're back, motherfuckers. Yeah. So I mean, it's again, it's a
Take us down now, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Now, well, don't get them started because they will. But I mean,
yeah, let's fucking go to Anchor then.
Yeah, we'll go to Anchor. Exactly. By the way,
check us out on Anchor.
Yes,
good.
Anchor. Anchor.
Good fucking segue.
Yes, I like that. So anyway, guys, if we get cut off here, you can always find us out on Anchor. We're making a smooth transition into there, so definitely Anchor.fm. It's Anchor.fm/RSN podcast. That's where you can check us out too.
Good fucking segue, guys.
I like that. But anyway, I mean, we're talking about this. Brock Lesnar. I mean, we're big fans of him. I think we're all like him. I mean, you can't blame him. He has all this history with WWE, of course. Drugs and everything, taking Vicodin and all that stuff, and being abusive and all that stuff.
No, it was an inhaler, guys.
Inhale. Yeah, no. I mean, he's taking all these kind of painkillers and all that stuff. In his book, you could hear about it. Where he talks about how he struggled with that. WWE kind of cheated him out, and there was this kind of litigation stuff going on. Then he went to New Japan, so he has a history with WWE. And they treated him bad in the past. So, I mean, you can't blame him for taking these precautions, when he re-signed and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. And plus he's he's the second highest paid athlete in the whole WWE right now, which is a pretty big deal. You're getting all this money, you're getting all these privileges. Why not take advantage of it? But, I mean, long term, you got to look at it also. If everybody was a part-timer in WWE, it would be chaos. It would be like, come on, man. It would just be egos clashing and just be like, come on, this isn't what it really is, At the end of the day, they're trying to sell pay-per-views.
No actual matches.
Yeah, and I mean also Brock Lesnar. I mean, I think we can all agree with this. He's a fucking phenomenon. Everybody can probably agree that this guy is probably one of the top athletes ever. He's a draw attraction anywhere he goes. So definitely, UFC, WWE, New Japan. He's always done it. He's done it all. So it's just again for him.
He's the only man to not take a chest lap from Antonio Inoki.
Yeah, and like I said, you gotta have a lot of balls with that. So definitely, like a lot of respect to Brock, But I mean, him leaving, I think is good for the WWE, definitely, because now there's more opportunity. Because think about this: Finn Balor won the title, didn't get a rematch. What'd you call it? Kevin Owens won.
Still waiting.
Yeah, still waiting. Kevin Owens won. He still didn't get a rematch. Who else?
Still waiting.
Yeah, Goldberg didn't even get a rematch. Yeah, they said fuck him, man. Just put him in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. So. It's basically come up to the point now, since he is a part-time athlete, there's no one else that they can go ahead and bring in and, make a champion, because this guy has this all privileges. So now title's away for 3 months, come back.
My whole thing is, if you're not going to defend the title within 30 days, you don't deserve it, no matter who you are.
That's true.
You could
That's
be
true.
fucking. You could be Undertaker. Just
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
win the Universal title, win any title. You don't defend it in 30 days, you should get stripped. My
That's right.
personal opinion: who
Mm-hmm.
should be the Universal champ? And I've loved this guy since day one.
Yeah.
Hashtag day one ish.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Usos, for that, by the way.
Yep.
Uh, the Miz.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think they're
When was
already.
the
Yeah.
last time the Miz? When was the last time the Miz missed a day?
Yeah. That's right. He's been there constantly. I mean, here's another
His
thing. We
wife
get.
gave
Yeah.
his wife gave birth a week
Mm-hmm.
and a half ago.
Yeah.
Guess who was still on the show Monday?
Yeah. That's right. Guess who's
Miz was on
defending?
the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the Miz, I mean, let's go straight into the Miz. The Miz defending his title against what you call Finn Balor and Seth Rollins in a triple threat. That, of course, I mean, that speaks in and of itself. They're already advertising that Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are going to be fighting for the belt next, in their so-called revenge tour. That's the season after Mania, and it's like, again, everybody knows that this guy probably won't win. There's a chance of him retaining, but it's very slim to none. Because I think at the end of the day, he recently resigned, and he's probably the hottest heel right now ever. Right now, because you look at him
Who,
right
Miz?
now, yeah, the Miz, because
he was the first person to actually bring reality into WWE.
Yeah.
With the whole one little comment he made towards Renee Young.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm obsessed with Dean Ambrose. You're the one who's sleeping with him.
That's right. That's right. I mean, also you see the segments with him and Cena last year. I mean, of course, being the fact that that
the
whole
one with him and Daniel.
Yeah, even with the one, exactly. His whole rivalry, Daniel, right now. There's so much shit. It's like this guy. He's been doing the best quality promos. He's been doing the best quality, segments and things like that. He's a great talker. He's really good in the ring now. I mean, of course, he's growing over time by time. But now it's like they're gonna. It seems like what they're doing. They're gonna make him drop the title at Mania, and then possibly just go ahead and move him up to push him. What do you? I mean,
really, to be honest, if he loses, I think he's probably gonna take a little bit of time off to spend with his daughter. To be honest,
Nick, what about you? Nick,
suplex eating.
Suplex eating.
Good Lord.
What do you say? Miz, Balor, and what you call it? Rollins. What do you feel about that?
I think that may steal the show.
Really? Yeah, I think so. Because if you look at the whole match,
I think that would be the second best match on the card.
That can be because you got 3 quality competitors. Yeah, definitely. So it could definitely. I think this is probably going to be one match that's going to be pretty good. So
I think it's going to be the second best match on the card.
It can be, yeah. It has potential to be. I mean, of course. I mean,
the best match hands down is going to be AJ Nakamura.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean,
without a doubt, that's going to be the match steal. That's going to be the show steal of the night.
That's right. I mean, let's talk about AJ and Nakamura. We talked about this, I think, in 2016.
Well, we didn't even get Nick's opinion on who's going to win.
Right. My fault. Yeah. So yeah. But Nick, I mean, what do you say about this?
Nick, since he wanted to skip over you, who do you think's going to win the match between Miz, Rollins, and Finn?
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Huh?
I mean, I would like to see Balor have like a defining Mania moment, and plus Miz is kind of. I think he's gonna be settling things with Daniel Bryan in the coming months. At least I'm hoping it works out that way.
So you see him.
And Rollins is gonna put in, like a kick-ass performance as usual. So the match itself is gonna be really good. But I see Balor winning, which will let Miz feud with Bryan, which will hopefully lead to an in-ring match because it's been building for a long time now, and they could actually do it. And yeah,
that's right. I mean, we talk about basically, of course, this whole match. Looking at this, I mean, Miz has probably main evented every Mania since he debuted, right? Wouldn't you guys say?
No, I didn't know that event.
Well, I think 26. He wasn't there for probably 25, maybe 26, and everything else. But everything since 27, since he headlined Mania, has been, he's been in every single match, so and every single Mania. So he's been, he's been there for a
Well,
while now.
the one stat I love about the Miz though, he's been in the company almost 13 years, has never injured a person. He has never been injured.
That's right.
13 years strong.
Yeah. And that's a pretty big deal. I mean, to say that this guy he performs, he's there all the time, and he's doing movies too. So definitely, he's not like if you look at all the other people that went to Hollywood, look at people like The Rock, John Cena. They're mainstream right now, but they stealing everybody's thunder. Basically, they just that's overwhelmed them now. But now when you look at
It's like
yeah,
like what Cena said when Rock came.
yeah,
You went to Hollywood. You come back. You just waltz your way in to open door, arms wide open.
that's right. Yeah.
Cena, you do the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Miz goes, shoots a movie for a month and a half, comes back, has to earn a title.
That's right. But I think, again, it basically comes down to this guy. He's been doing that, and there's so much injustice going in with him right now. He's a heel, but you can't help but say, you know what?
So freaking pop.
Yeah. And this guy, he has like a genuine kind of connection with the fans, though. So that's one of the things.
Because he's real.
Yeah, yeah, and he's probably one of those heels that really works hard to get where they are. So hats off to him. But yeah, but I mean, moving on, we were talking about also, we gotta talk about one more thing also with so this is not the only mid card match that's a multi-man match. We also have what you call the Fatal 4-Way with Rusev Day. We got what you call it versus
it's Rusev Day.
Yeah, versus Jinder Mahal versus Bobby Roode versus Orton for the United States title. This match, I mean, it's a hard to say. Wouldn't you say this is probably one of those matches that's kind of hard to kind of predict, right? I mean, they can go many ways. They can have Orton win again, and just to have him retain.
My personal opinion, I see Rusev going over.
Yeah, which would be great.
I'm not sure if anyone knows this. He asked for his release earlier this week. That's why they threw him into the Fatal 4-Way.
So he threatened the company?
Yeah. He said, I want to get pushed or I'm leaving.
Wow, really?
Only I found that out due to the fact of my underground train that sent me to Stamford, Connecticut.
Really? So now you've been looking through the archives and you're actually finding stuff now.
Oh, no. I actually went to the headquarters and I made a phone call.
Oh, you made a phone call. Okay.
I called in English.
Right. I mean, you can check that out on @Arson Podcast on Twitter. So, yeah, you definitely can check that out too, for sure. But I mean, what do you guys feel about this whole build with Rusev Day? How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel it's kind of gonna influence him to win the title?
He is the most over person in the company right now, so
definitely.
Hopefully, he wins.
But then you also got to take into account you got glorious Bobby Roode, who's red hot right now, ever since he won the U.S. title. And then, of course, you got Jinder Mahal, which he has a little bit of fan base. I mean, he's that heel, so it can make sense, But
is he actually a heel?
I think, yeah. He's the anti-American heel, of course. Any kind of anti-American is a heel. WWE logic, Any guy that's not from America, definitely he's a heel. And on top of the fact, this guy's not only from, he's not outside the U.S. He's actually born in Canada. So, Canadians, WWE has a reputation with Canadians, right? As you guys know. Yeah. So that's the thing. So definitely, So I mean, for me, it's again, I got to root for my boy Jinder. Come on, man. A heel, why not? You got have this guy become the U.S. champion at Mania, and then that would make him go back to where he was before, trying to become the two-time WWE champion. So I'm all in for Jinder.
So your pick to win is Jinder?
Jinder Mahal. Yes. What about you, Nick?
I go, it's Rusev Day.
Rusev Day, right. Nick, what about you?
Let's hope upon hope. I think we got knocked off briefly.
I think so. Fucking Sal and his Android.
Damn it, Sal. I think Vince is slowly wiping out all Android devices.
That's what it seems like. But what was the last thing we were saying about the U.S. title? I think, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going Rusev. He's going Jinder. What was your pick?
I like Rusev too. Now's the perfect time to, capitalize on his popularity and give him a
Oh
WrestleMania moment.
yeah, because the last WrestleMania moment he had was getting buried by Mr. John Cena
He did get to come out in a cool tank though.
with his beautiful, ravishing wife.
Exactly.
Uh, what's the next match you want to cover?
Let's see, what haven't we
Since
got yet?
we covered the unofficial match that hasn't been announced yet.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Oh,
back.
Android's back.
Yep. No, I've been back. It's not going through. But I mean, hey guys, wouldn't you agree that this doesn't happen on Anchor, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
This also
Yeah.
wouldn't happen if someone didn't have an Android.
No, I
But
don't think I'm actually.
that's another argument for another day.
I'm actually doing this on PC, but yeah. But I mean,
You have
yeah.
we understand.
Okay, but we have an Apple too, so we understand. Don't worry. but I mean, moving on. Yeah, we were saying. So we already talked about the mid card title matches. What about
It's two Rusev, one Jinder.
one gender? So yeah, that cancels itself out. So definitely, you never know. But what do you guys feel about so of course the battle royals, we gotta talk about that. The women's battle royal and the Andre Giant Moore battle royal. What do you guys feel about WWE name? Yeah.
Here's the thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have every participant.
Yeah.
So we really pick a winner.
Yeah. But I mean, what are you guys' thoughts about this whole controversy? I mean, it started out with the whole Fabulous Moolah thing, and then they totally just nixed that and just named it the what'd you call it? I forgot what they said it was. The women's battle royal.
Mm-hmm.
The WrestleMania Battle Royal. That's the unofficial name.
I mean, I think it would have. They had the right intentions of with the original name, and I guess since they figured, the Mae Young Classic, who's her good friend? Oh yeah, Fabulous Moolah. Let's name the royal after her. And then that was slowly met with backlash from based not on respect for her in-ring career, but rather how she went about things. She was pushy behind the scenes. She supposedly took a cut from whoever she trained. Still a lot of really horrible stories came out, and I'm actually surprised that WWE went back and framed it as if they listened to the people and just changed it. I think it was just the bad
That PR,
PR
yeah.
that caused them to backtrack on it.
Yeah.
But it's far enough away now where it's not immediately thought up. But I don't know what kind of significance this royal will really serve. I mean, I guess they have it for the sake of just getting all the women on the show, which I guess it beats another 10-on-10 tag match. But I don't really see the benefit of winning this. Besides maybe a shiny statue, which now it's not even going to be a Moolah statue.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, there were jokes people were saying it was like the shape of a uterus or something like that. It was like, whoa, like
I
that
was
was
just about to say that the winner of the Battle Royal
yeah.
gets a uterus-shaped statue.
Yeah, which is power to them. But I mean, it's just there's no purpose for it. I mean, it's just going towards charity. Is it like promoting something? Is it promoting like women empowerment or something? Like
I think it's just because the women's revolution.
Yeah, I mean, they could say, okay, this is a tribute to the women's revolution, or something like that. But they totally didn't put a purpose to this, and yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's pushed like it was for the Mae Young Classic.
that's right. Yeah.
Look how much promotion they did for that.
Yeah.
They had promos. They pulled in women from different companies.
Yep.
They mentioned it every 10 minutes on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
What promoting are you getting for this?
Yeah. I think but I think it also
just so you know, there's gonna be a women's battle royal. Just so you know.
It's like, the first time. I think what it is, again, just to add on to your point, it's just like they're just trying to say, okay, this is a women's revolution. Oh, everything got to be a first time deal. Oh, the first Hell in a Cell, the first last woman standing match, the first this, the first that, the first. Okay, we know you guys did the first, but what's the purpose of this? Oh, it's just the first women's battle royal at WrestleMania. Okay. Yeah, but what happens to the winner? Do they get a shot at the title? Do they get anything?
No, they get a trophy in the shape of uterus.
Yeah, trophy in the shape of uterus. Okay, but again, okay, but then it kind of
But if you think about this, what does the winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal get?
Yeah, same thing, and not really much. Look at all the winners. You talk about Cesaro. Yeah,
Cesaro got a push.
Yeah,
Baron got a push.
Yep.
Baron went on to win Money in the Bank.
Yep. And then if you, I mean, look at like Big Show. Big Show won, and then what happened to him? Fizzled out. It was like, okay, now he finally got a royal, a battle royal match as a win in his column, which is like, okay, whatever, it's all right.
But about it, for the first Andre the Giant Battle Royal, who else would you give the wins to?
That's right. Yeah. But again, it kind of
Andre's quote unquote
parallel
unofficial son.
Yeah, unofficial son, exactly. Yeah, his like every time they compare it. Yeah.
So he did deserve that win, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean that after that, the second or third one, he ended up winning it, and it was like, okay, it was a pretty good thing. It's like, all right, that kind of it was a good picture because
I also thought he was retiring too.
Yeah, that's right. I think again, what it basically comes down to is there has to be some significant meaning behind this. But I think, let's talk about the participants. There's not that many people that can fill this what you call battle royal. Would you guys say? I mean, they have to bring in people from probably NXT. They got to bring in people from other places, right? What'd you guys say?
How many people are supposed to be in it? 20?
I think 20 or 30. I think.
Well, how many participants are there? There's like 10, right?
Yeah, so far they announced I think like 10 or probably 5 or 10 people in each one of those battle royals. For the women's, I think they recently announced Dana Brooke. For the men's, it was just they announced I think R-Truth, people like here and there. I think the Hardys. I'm not sure. I think definitely Brooke and Hardy.
Matt's definitely in.
But then it's like not that many names after that. So it's like okay. I guess they're just trying to, and I think what Nick was saying, this is just a way to kind of for them to introduce more people on the card so that they can say, oh, they were involved in some capacity.
I think we're going to see quite a few NXT guys.
Yeah. Definitely maybe some call-ups, so you never know. That can happen too. So, yeah.
Oh, wasn't there a couple of NXT guys in last year?
Yeah, I think that's how Baron Corbin got called up. Baron Corbin won it, and then next thing you know, he ended up showing up on Raw, I think it was, and then he had his push, SmackDown, right, and then he was pushed. So it's perfect, So it's a good way of kind of, I think, calling up people. But beyond that, what else is there,
Did they call that Chinese guy that they signed also for the Battle Royal?
Yeah, the new signee, but then he got released, and then
yeah, that didn't go far.
Yeah. So yeah. But I mean, what do you guys feel about this? Well, let's move on to this tag match: Team Rousey versus Team McMahon, or Team Olympia versus Team Olympics versus Team McMahon. You can call it, call it a whole bunch of stuff. You call it the Americans versus the McMahons. However else you want to call it. You call it real shit. Yeah, you can call it the
world's greatest mixed tag team.
The world's greatest mixed tag team. You can call it the work versus the shoot because. Basically,
I call it bathroom break.
Call it bathroom break. That's right. But yeah, I mean, this whole match. What do you guys feel about Rousey's build for this? Like, of course, they had Rousey showing up for the past few weeks. She was doing promos, but how you guys feel about this? Like,
Has
week to
she
week.
showed more than Brock?
I think, yeah, they should really just pair her up with Heyman. I think, right? I mean, as she was saying, because there's like, you already see they have her showing up every single week doing a promo, but she's not really doing much,
But she can't talk.
Yeah, or I think what it is, she gets stuck up. She gets very, very like nervous and stuff. So there's there's not much they can do.
Lady, you're in the wrong business then.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta look at her story. She has a pretty fucked up story. She went to the judo. She became a champion, had this big rise, and then of course in UFC she fell to Holly Holm, and then basically she ended up having all these kind of suicidal things and everything like that, and then joined WWE, which was like the only option at her point. So it kind of begs the question. It's like, what else can she do?
You were the biggest thing. You lost the match. You move on.
Yeah.
Connor lost the match. He went back to training again.
That's right.
He came back. He did. He won the fucking throw a guardrail and two the fucking tour bus.
Exactly. Yeah. But then here's the thing. Also, Connor lost that big boxing match against Mayweather, and then what ended up happening? He ended up going to he ended up getting 30 guys to go ahead and beat up on a bus full of MMA guys. Throwing a fucking dolly at these motherfuckers, a fucking garbage, as you said, all that stuff. And then you look at Rousey. I mean, yeah.
First loss in UFC against Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Lost his match.
Went
to the gym the next day. Started training for his rematch. Won the rematch.
Yeah.
And won 2 titles after that.
Right. But then, I mean, when you look at Ronda, do you feel like she can benefit out of this match, let's say? Like, we see Connor, of course, he got that shot and he benefit from it. But, like, with Rousey, do you feel like this can make her benefit from this?
I don't know. But we all know she's going to get the pinfall or the submission win.
Well, yeah.
That big of a talent.
Right.
And have him take a loss.
Right. I mean, people always talk about it. This is, basically she's going to kill Stephanie McMahon. Right? What'd you guys say?
Yeah. Or, women movement. She could beat Triple H.
You never know, yeah. You could judo flip Triple H again. You never know. But yeah. Nick, what do you feel?
I mean, I just feel like it's set up as a feel-good moment. Obviously for Rousey to shine on the Mania stage. And the reason why I say that is because they set this up 2 years ago, I think. From the very beginning.
Yeah, I think so.
So I don't think they would go this long and have her actually as an official signee, if they didn't plan to, utilize her, with the nostalgia factor mixed in with her, in-ring debut. So it's a good way of combining both of them. But I don't see this being a match of the year candidate by any means. But it'll be entertaining, and I'm sure Rousey will knock out Stephanie McMahon. So that might be a WrestleMania moment, possibly.
That's right. I mean, it kind of comes down to they're building this match.
But if you do want a WrestleMania moment, just watch AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Let's talk about that now. So, yeah, I mean, Styles Nakamura. This is, I think, is a dream match. As I said, it is a dream match in WWE. I mean, we saw it in New Japan. We talked about this, I think, when we had our year-end show, which is up on YouTube right now for 2016. We were talking about it. Our whole highlight of that whole match was, of course, basically the whole match of the year, we would say, as our candidate, was Styles and Nakamura for the IC title in New Japan, which was, I believe, Power Struggle or no, Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah.
Or was that Wrestle Kingdom 11, I think?
WrestleMania 11 or 12, one of those two. But that was a big deal. It was a very, very good, like I said, that was a freaking phenomenal match.
10.
What happened, Nick?
I think it was 10.
It was
10. I think, yeah, it might have been 10. Yeah, it was. It was. I think the first match of 2016, which is crazy because the very first match of 2016 that stole the whole year. A
And that
big
was
deal.
only what, a year?
That was like 4 days into the year, and it was like wow, already a really really good match. So definitely, But yeah, I mean, it's this match. I mean, what do you guys feel about this? Do you think they're gonna have ample time to do it, or do you think they're just gonna be saying, okay, what, let's just give you this much time because the Brock and Lesnar, Brock and the Roman match needs a lot more time.
It's a 7-hour fucking pay-per-view. I think they have time allotted for
They
it.
got to give these guys time. They have to. I feel the same.
Half-hour tops. I mean, it's...
You were correct. It was Wrestle Kingdom 10. 11
Yeah.
was Okada Omega 1.
Yep.
And that was also a 6-star match. So yeah, I mean, if they can do that in New Japan, if you give these guys enough time, they're gonna fucking steal the show.
You could give friggin', in the words of me and one of my friends who were talking a couple of days ago, you give AJ Styles a fucking paper bag, he'll have a 4-star match with a paper bag.
Yeah, just give him the ample time and he'll make it work. So definitely,
you can get one leg guy and he'll make that guy into a superstar within one match.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that one?
He made a guy with no chin a star in WWE.
Yeah, that's true.
What does that say about it? If he can make someone with no chin a star?
Yeah, a guy who's an independent talent, a jobber who was booked as a jobber into a big star.
But AJ saved his life.
Yeah,
because he didn't know how to freaking take a Styles clash.
That's right. He didn't know how to tuck his chin. So that's the thing.
How could you tuck in a chin if you have one?
If you don't have one, exactly. Yeah, I think that's what it basically. Again, look at Styles. He's a workhorse. He ended up when everybody had that meningitis outbreak. Where was he? They had him in South America, and then the next day they said, "Hey, you're working the pay-per-view against Finn." He said, "No problem. I'm down." He's doing it, and he did it.
He finished the show.
Yeah.
At 10:00 at night, just say.
Mm-hmm.
Flew in on a red eye. Was on 5 hours sleep. Put on Match of the Year candidate. Stayed an extra night. Worked Monday Night Raw. Worked SmackDown on Tuesday. This guy's the freaking MVP of WWE.
He is, and I think that's what it is. That's winning at quality. This guy works almost every single time, and he makes it work. So,
he worked Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He worked 4 days in a row. We're happy if we get 4 days within 6 months from Brock Lesnar.
That's right. Yeah, and that just comes up to you, and it just says, this guy, he's a workhorse. You look at him; he's up to doing any task. If he has to cover somebody, definitely he will. And it's been proven, and that's why they gave him that sudden title run against when he won the title against Jinder, which was a pretty big deal. But I mean, it kind of this whole build.
If you think about it, when he was in ROH and New Japan,
right,
he was working shows back to back to back to back.
Yeah,
for 2 different companies.
Yep. And that's the thing. We worked. I think when it was when he was in the Royal Rumble. He worked that pay-per-view, and then the ROH pay-per-view the night before, and then he still showed up the next day. So,
and he worked Wrestle Kingdom like a week before.
That's right.
2 weeks he worked Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
He went from Japan to Orlando or Miami or something.
Right.
Worked the ROH pay-per-view and worked Royal Rumble. And then worked Monday Night Raw the next day.
That's right. So this guy, yeah. Reigns'
fucking stupid face.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of like this. Again, I think in all the fans' minds, this match should be the match that should end the show. But again, it's just the fact that, yeah.
In a real wrestling fan's mind, this is the main event.
Yeah.
Talent-wise.
Listen, for what WWE is known for, I'm just happy we had this on the card to begin with.
Definitely.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. If we have this, like I said, if it was just Roman and Brock, everybody would have just been like, it would have been a repeat of WrestleMania 32. But now at least we have this kind of second main event. It's great because now the fans are kind of happy saying, you know what? Okay, at least I'm getting to see this. So it's a good thing, definitely, to kind of see that. At least they value this kind of thing with a performance, not just, okay, who has the looks or who's this, the presentation. Fuck all that. This is just more about the quality of the performance. And you look at this match, there's no other match on the card that's like that, where you see a quality of performance. Two great fucking performers.
Miz, Rollins, Finn.
Well, look at the quality. I mean,
That's
in regards to the quality. What'd you say?
That's a close second, though.
Yeah, close second. Yeah, but still, I mean, there's a lot of matches that could be close seconds. But again, it comes down to look at the two biggest performers anywhere you've seen, and we always talk about this. Go back to Wrestle Kingdom when they had that match. That match stole the whole show. That match was lit, everything. Because the reason why is because they gave him the time, they gave him the the full freedom to do whatever they want. So if WWE can do that,
no low point in that.
Yeah, there's no low point at all in that match. So definitely, it makes total sense. It just adds up to the fact that they got to make this. If they're gonna do this, the only way to make this happen is to give them the time and give them to be able to to perform and give them the opportunity to do the spots that they want to do.
From what I heard, since it's a 5-hour show, they're gonna give each match about a half hour.
Well, that's dependent, right? Depending on if you have stupid ass concert performances, that's gonna cut in. If they have stupid segments, that's gonna cut in.
We all know we're getting an Elias concert, so
we'll see. I mean, never know.
It's New Orleans. It's the city of music.
Yeah,
you have to put Elias a little concert.
Actually, isn't Nashville the city of music?
Yep. So, I mean, again, it's kind of like it comes down to this match has to steal the show. There's no other way, There has to be some, there has to be some other kind of
performance. We probably are because he just got inducted, so they're going to make him perform.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's one of the things. I mean, down the line we'll have to see what happens. Let's talk about, of course, another big match, a Royal Rumble winner, first ever Royal Rumble winner, Asuka, for the women's match versus Charlotte
Flair.
Yeah. This match, yeah. Woo! I think it was kind of interesting how she chose Charlotte. Wouldn't you guys say?
Whenever you say the last name Flair, it's a sudden reaction.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't you guys say this kind of surprising that she chose Charlotte over Alexa?
I think it's it worked out because obviously Bliss is busy with Jax. So they had their own backstory to work with, and then you just have the spirit of competition with Asuka and Charlotte. That's another like Styles Nakamura, almost with the women's division. So
I can see this actually being good though.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's gonna be very good.
Yeah, and again, this is another dream match because you got Japan.
Charlotte, Charlotte is athletic. And she is methodical in her submission styles. And then you got Asuka, who's also key in the submission area, and then she's got really hard strikes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, they're gonna have a lot to do in the ring. So hopefully, they get about 20 to 25, and they really blow us away.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of just comes down to
Do you see Carmella cashing in?
Definitely. I think what they said that the plan is for her to cash in and lose at Mania.
But
I hope not.
Carmella even said, I have no problem losing to Asuka.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she wouldn't make it a 3-way though.
Yeah. I mean, also on top of the fact that this is a streak, so yeah, I mean this is a streak too, so why not break the streak? It can make sense, But they're,
Well, I have bad news though for you guys, just so you know. Asuka isn't actually undefeated, if you think about it. If you think back to NXT, remember a certain redheaded person who is no longer in the company?
Yep.
Whose name will not be said on this podcast?
That's right. Yep.
Remember, she won a battle royal that Asuka was in.
Well, I mean, she hasn't been pinned. I think that the gimmick is that she hasn't been pinned or submitted.
But she has lost the match, though. That's what people are forgetting.
Yeah, she's lost the match. Yeah, she probably got kicked out of a battle royal, but never, I guess, never actually pinned or anything like that, pinned or a submission. Because I think back in the day they used to say it was a one fall to a finish, right? And one fall to a finish would mean either it keeps going under a time limit, or it's just a pinfall. That'll be the final decision. So until a final decision is made, that's when they keep going with the match. So it's the same kind of deal. I think if you were to see like back then, it's the same kind of shit, wouldn't you say? Because I mean, wouldn't you guys agree that Asuka is probably one of the best performers right now on the roster compared to anybody else there? I mean, look at all the names: Bailey, Sasha, Becky. You look at Charlotte, even Charlotte. Look at on SmackDown, Carmella. You got Nikki Bella. You got all these other people. She's probably one of the best performers, best female performers in the world. Wouldn't you guys say?
Um,
I always called her the Daniel Bryan of the women's division.
Yeah, I mean, general wrestling, general striking, and things like that. She's got that.
I'm kind of biased because Sal knows who my favorite woman on the main roster is.
Yep.
So I can never go against my baby.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
That's right. I mean, again, it kind of brings it back to the fact that this match definitely could be a quality match. It's you got two great performers. The way they're kind of building it is okay. There's Ric Flair's daughter, the best performer of all time. Her offspring versus the best in Japan, a person that's faced pretty much all the men in New Japan. Had matches with like Saiko Matamura, all this other stuff. Top females over there.
Good.
Yeah. So definitely, she could definitely steal the show. So it's hard to say, But I mean, let's talk about your wife, Alexa Bliss. She's facing Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax is gonna kill her. I think it's Nia Jax's time.
Just throwing it out there for you guys. Nia's time should have been a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, Nia, I think she's been what happened last year? She was at Mania, I think, right? She was in that Fatal 4-Way, but she didn't win the title. So this could be redemption. You never know. Maybe she wins this time. So it could just be like a repeat. So we'll see. Maybe this time she gets her title. I mean, it's also another fact that they're building this around the fact that they're making fun of her weight and her appearance, which is kind of a sensitive subject. In the past they've had, right?
It's kind of like a bullying thing.
Yeah, it's like what happened to Mickey James with Piggy James and all that stuff. So now it's like, yeah, it kind of flashes back to that. It makes sense to kind of have this kind of thing now. But then also you got to think, where would this go? They have a partnership with Be a Star, which is an anti-bullying campaign. So are they really gonna have Alexa Bliss, aka the Bully, win the match?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So it kind of feels like they're kind of leaning towards making Nia the champ. What did you guys say?
Which, to be honest, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
She's
earned it. Yeah.
It's her time.
Yeah, she's earned it. Definitely, she's earned it 100%. I mean, there's no doubt. She's been there all the time. She's done all the work and everything like that. So definitely, So, and I mean, what other person would you give the title to? No one else really. It's hard to say now. But yeah. I mean, we talk about grudge matches. So of course, another match they're having. Of course, I don't know if this is part of. Is it a separate match or if it's part of the Battle Royal
matches?
What happened?
I'm losing track of all the matches.
Yeah, same here. I'm trying to look at it. I don't know if this is a match by itself or is it part of the Women's Battle Royal. But Bailey versus Sasha. Do you guys know the situation with that? Is that a separate match or is that part of card?
I think that's part of the I almost said Rumble. The
Battle Royal.
Right.
We did forget one match though, actually.
Really?
The Cruiserweight title.
Also, we forgot one more match. Also, the Daniel Bryan versus what do you call it? Daniel Bryan and Shane. Yeah, versus the what you call it? I forgot the name. You got the androids. I think what was it called? That's the name that what you call it? Shane gave, I think, to what you call it on one of his segments this past week. I think.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
But we forgot the Cruiserweight title and that one.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think about the Cruiserweight title? I think it's gonna be Cedric all the way. It has to be.
My personal opinion, it should have been Cedric versus someone who I never would have seen in 205 Live, which surprised me when they said his name, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching 205 Live since they started the tournament.
Yeah.
and Murphy is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this past match on 205 Live against Kalisto. That was a phenomenal match. If you ever guys got a chance to check it out, it was a
I've
good match.
since they
Solid.
started the tournament,
Yeah.
I've been watching it every week. It's been really good.
Yeah. It's really improved a lot. Like she made a lot of changes to that show. Definitely. I mean, I recently started watching it since this past match they had, and it was just randomly just watched it, and didn't expect anything out of it. I was like, oh, whatever, it's okay. But it was like fall after fall, near fall, near fall, near fall, near fall, and then next thing you know, he ended up winning. So that was a pretty big deal. So yeah.
I just find it ironic because last year, they were in the what was it, Aries and Neville. Now they're both not around, so I guess they had to do a good job to erase everything that was synonymous with the division.
Yep.
With all of scandals and all that. So it's good to erase everything, and it's good to get it back on track at least.
Yeah, this is basically like a magical reset button, I'm guessing.
And they've been doing really good
Yeah.
with making 205 relevant again.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've done a really good job of, I guess, building it. Because again, you gotta think about it. Who has the reins on 205 Live now? It's back to Triple H. Yeah. So hands down, they got to they're definitely gonna try to make this into something big. So
and you got Drake Maverick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you also got to think about this too. This supposedly rumor is after this after this Mania match. Following this, they're gonna have the draft, and also they're gonna have a.
Are they doing a draft or is it a superstar shakeup?
Shakeup draft, tomato, say whatever it is.
Hey, isn't that the thing we got kicked off for also?
No, I think that was the WrestleMania. Actually, WrestleMania 32 preview show. That's what we got kicked off for.
When we previewed one segment when it was Sasha bringing out her partner.
Yeah, her partner, exactly. Yeah.
Probably will be a shakeup. I don't know.
Yeah,
they tend to like shake things up. Really bad pun.
Yeah, but they're introducing new tag titles. They're introducing new cruiserweight tag titles, so that's going to be interesting too. So they have big plans for the 205 Live division. So we'll just have to see next few weeks what's going to happen. So that's one of the things. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? We got that, and then what's the next match after that? We got Brian and
Shane and Daniel.
Well, what yeah,
but Daniel Bryan will win.
Yeah. Right. So Brian's coming back after what? After 4 years? Or no, after 2 years, I'd say, right? So the big rumor is, of course, someone's turning heel.
Daniel's turning heel on Shane.
Daniel's turning
heel. And siding with Kevin and Sammy.
Right. But what do you got?
He got fired, and then magically you bring them back.
Right. But then what do you think about the stipulation? If Sammy and Owens don't win, they don't get the job. They don't come back to SmackDown. So do you feel like that means they're going to be on Raw?
If they lose the match, yeah, they're going to Raw.
Yeah. It kind of seems that way. Either there might be some kind of ploy, maybe.
And they should come back as El Generico and Kevin Steen.
That will be hilarious. Oh my
God.
They
brought those names back on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah.
They recently reactivated it, so it can happen. You never know. Maybe you'll see, at WrestleMania, they come out as Generico and Kevin Steen.
Right. But how can Generico come back? He died saving kids from a Mexican orphanage that was on fire.
Yeah.
But how can he come back from the dead? Is he facing John Cena?
It could be. I mean, well, we talk about this, right?
Maybe a partner.
For all we know, what might have happened? Maybe Kevin Dunn got all the Infinity Stones, and he resurrected Generico, and Generico's back, and now I guess that's the synopsis now. It's like, oh shit, Generico's back. Oh, Kevin Steen. Supposedly, what happened? Oh, now since Kevin Dunn has the fucking Infinity God, he got the Infinity Stones. Oh, definitely. Now he can go ahead and start saying, you know what? Fuck it. WWE got the copyright to El Generico. They got the copyright to Kevin Steen. They can use those names. Fuck everybody. That's what it is, So maybe that's what we might be seeing on Sunday. So that could be a possibility too, But it's hard to say, Again, WrestleMania, a lot of shit can happen. Things happen. We just have to see what happens, But I mean, nonetheless, this is basically, WrestleMania, But yeah, I mean, are we missing any other matches, or that's it, right?
I think we got all 35 matches.
All 35 matches, exactly. Yeah. And by the way, next year, of course, where they're going to show up at New York, coming back to New York. So it's going to be a big deal. So yeah, if you're ever here by New York, I mean, you might see maybe Arson go to, what you call it, in MetLife Stadium. You never know.
I heard next year it's gonna start at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my
I
God.
heard 12.
Nah, you know what I heard? I heard it's gonna be 5 a.m.
I heard it's actually gonna start after the Royal Rumble.
Oh shit.
No. From what I heard, it's going to start right after Takeover.
Nah. You know what I heard? It's actually gonna start the night after Sunday. So.
No, it can't be because Raw After Mania is the best show ever.
Oh, right. So yeah. So then WrestleMania 30. But you also got to think about it. It's in New York, so it's definitely gonna be the best show ever, right?
Oh, we have the best fans, without a doubt.
Of course, we got the best fans, and that's the thing. If this is gonna be in New York, you know how quick that shit's gonna sell out. Fucking hell, you're not gonna get the tickets. That's it. The day they announce it, everybody's gonna be going rushing to get their tickets, and then that's it. You probably won't even get the nosebleeds. The best you'll probably get is to be at the block party, and that's it. Done.
You get a viewing party. That's it.
You got a viewing party, and that's it. Or the best you can do is just go to a local bar. Bam, see right there. Or
a night
party. Yeah. Or what you can do also is check out PWO, and you can check it out there.
You could also do that.
Yes.
Quality reading time.
Quality reading time.
We also do throwbacks too. WCW Super Brawl 2001. Bench is up on there. I got WCW 5, ECW Guilty as Charged 2001.
You have
Backlash 2007. Got a lot of some throwbacks that you don't have to spend reading on Thursday. They're there every day of the week.
That's right.
We also feature episodes from the Wrestle Talk podcast with Joe and Renee. You can find links up on the site. Also recently did interviews with Dynamo Pro Wrestling. That's up on there too. Check it out.
Definitely. And also you can check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook. You can also check us out on Anchor at anchor.fm/RSN Podcast, where we have all of our recent podcasts, our new podcasts, our shoots, pretty much old topics, everything. And again, it's all in audio. So the best part you can do is literally you can load it up. If you're driving, you're walking out on the bus, whatever. Literally, just you could be doing something. You could be walking around. You could be exercising, working out. You could be whatever it is. Pop them in your ears, and then bam, pretty much you can listen to all the best podcasts we have on Anchor.fm. It's all audio. You can hear us out. Keep following us through the journey and things like that. But also in addition, we got also our Twitter page, which is run by Rich at Artisan Podcast, and pretty much that's all it is right there. So definitely check us out, Artisan Podcast, CWO. This is Sal, the mastermind. We got the big guy, Rich, and we also got
see you guys.
Yep, and we also got Nick, owner and editor of PWO. We'll see you guys out.
Yep. Laters.